Hey guys, welcome to another episode of the Dialed In NFL podcast, the brand new podcast that you can call in and be a part of, and you can give your takes on the NFL. You can help us defeat ChatGPT's super team, which, if you've read the title of this, we're battling the all-time Philadelphia Eagles today, so that should be a good one. Before we get any further, let me introduce my co-hosts that are with me every week. We have Michael over at Huddle Card Collection. How you doing, brother?
What's happening, everybody? Hey, veterans, happy Veterans Day. Thank you for all that you've done for our country. Thank you for your service. Much appreciated.
Yes, absolutely. And then down below we have John over at Firestarter Breaks. How you doing, brother?
I'm doing good. How's everybody doing? Again, happy
Fantastic.
Veterans Day, and thank you for all your services.
I don't know about you guys, but it's getting chilly over here in Pittsburgh. How is it over where you guys are at?
No, we're here at 33 presently.
Yeah, so it's cool for you too.
Light snow. We're not expecting anything.
Yeah, how's it down south, Michael? Is it
Let's
still
see.
warm?
Down south right now, let me hit the redo button.
Probably like 60 something
We
degrees.
are at 39.
Wow,
Man, it's good football weather everywhere we are right now. It's pretty awesome.
So we have to keep the faucet dripping, make sure water keep on flowing, because don't have the greatest, they don't go, big number insulation and stuff like that, especially in the garages. A lot of your garages don't have it and have insulation, and there are a bunch of bathrooms that are over garages.
Yeah, touche.
So I got to ask, what did you all think of Monday Night Football? It was a good game, but neither team impressed me. Neither one of them.
Yeah, I mean, it seems like the Eagles kind of have a trend of being impressive this season, even though they are such kind of like a juggernaut still, which is almost like the Chiefs early on, where they were like looking terrible but still winning. I don't know. I expected a little more out of both teams, to be honest with you, just firepower wise. So it was interesting to see the game go down like that. What was your thoughts on it, Michael? Did you get a chance to watch?
I watched some replays and everything, and I have to say, I think, when you look at the Eagles this entire season, really, I don't think this should surprise anybody. Like, they haven't been, gangbusters. No, I think one of the things, I think Green Bay is probably the more disappointing one, especially when you look at how they came out those first couple of weeks and everything. I mean, just what they were doing. So I think this is kind of worse for Green Bay than it is for Philadelphia.
Mm-hmm.
I like it kind of, you hate to say it, but you get down to this point where you look at Jalen Hurts, even though he's a Super Bowl winner. You look at Jordan Love, even though he's had some good years, and you start to wonder, all right, are these guys truly it? And stuff like that. And I mean, I think both of them are very good quarterbacks, but it's going to be interesting to see, what happens, going forward and stuff.
Here's a question. Now, minus June, because he has Jaden Daniels. Would you be comfortable having Hurts or Love as your franchise quarterback, being the New York Jets, or me being the Pittsburgh Steelers? Because I would love Jalen Hurts as my franchise quarterback.
You just want him for the tush push. That's all you want him for.
And I would rather have Jordan Love.
Well, let's go ahead and give the Steelers Hurts and the Jets Love.
Well, I just think
you give up your whole team to Philly for that, yeah.
Now, for what Aaron Glenn, our head coach, wants to do, Jalen Hurts is a better fit because he wants to run the ball more.
Yeah.
And I know they won a Super Bowl and stuff like that, but to me, I still would rather have the better of the two passers, in my opinion.
Mm-hmm.
I will say I don't see them making the Super Bowl this year. I just don't think they have it.
This is going to be such a weird year because there's so many different teams that theoretically could make a run at it. And then there's, like right now, AFC, the two best teams, who would have thought would be the Chiefs, or no, excuse me, not the Chiefs, the Colts and the Patriots.
Patriots.
Yeah. I mean, I think everybody would have been like, yeah, it's going to be the Chiefs and the Bills. Maybe the Ravens.
Yeah, I mean, but let's remember, it is the regular season.
True.
And
And
have to
only
see
about
what
halfway
happens
through.
you have to see what happens, as you go forward. It's going to be, at some point in time, I think if you looked at them, people are going to go, wow, I don't know how scared people would be in the playoffs because they're going, well, that's Daniel Jones, and he's been in the league for a while. And I remember what he did just a few short years ago, and he wasn't this guy.
Mhm.
And that other guy over there on that team, it's only his second year in the league. Or another young quarterback is saying another thing, So I mean, I think it's going to be a lot to go ahead and because when they get to the playoffs, the pressure goes more on the quarterback position,
Right.
Oh, yeah.
more than the regular season. So it would be interesting to see, if they can handle it. Two guys really who haven't, been there, from that standpoint.
Mhm.
I'm holding on to my 5% chance that we make the playoffs.
Well, you better hold on tight, brother.
If we win out, there's a slim chance.
What are the odds that Jaden would be the quarterback if you guys made the playoffs?
No, I don't. I personally think even if we made the playoffs, you still sit them, let them just heal up 100% for next year. Because Mariota's not that bad. He didn't even look bad Sunday afternoon. Playing. It was our defense that just sucks to death. But I think you just keep him sat and just let him heal up.
I mean, you got a franchise guy. Why not? You know what I mean? You can afford to. You got like you said, a 5% chance of making the playoffs. Suck. Get him a good weapon in the draft coming up.
Build up our defense.
But that's that thin line to go ahead and try and walk, man. That's that balance beam, because if you're Dan Quinn, you got to think, unless the owner comes down and says, hey, look, we ain't playing them. I don't care what happens. You and your staff are coming back. GM, you're coming back, so on and so forth. Otherwise, if you're a head coach, you got to think you're coaching for your job every single week, unless your name is, Mike Tomlin.
Yeah.
That's probably one of the few, a Dan Campbell. There's probably only a handful of guys, who truly don't have to worry.
Right. I mean, yeah, I'm glad he didn't have to have surgery and all, but if you read up, even just a plain dislocated elbow takes 3 to 6 weeks to heal. So it's like, I just don't see the reason to put him in at this point, even if he comes back healthy.
Well, because you know what? You know why? Because people are going to go, "Hey, it ain't his throwing arm."
Oh yeah,
I think that's what the thought process is going to be. It's like, hey, it's not his throwing arm. So what? All right. So what if he's walking around with his arm like, I mean, who cares? It's not his throwing arm.
Out there in a sling, throwing balls down the field.
I'm just saying, like, you can see that kind of mentality being used and stuff like that. Because people are going to look at him, might not be in a sling. He'll be on the sidelines. He's a quarterback, so he's going to want to throw a ball around. Or they'll see him, before the game in warm-ups, be like, why the hell is that guy not freaking playing? Look at him throw the damn ball 45, 50 yards downfield.
I mean, I think if we happen to make the playoffs and like get past the first round, you might see him. Other than that, I don't. And the biggest disappointment has been Terry. Him and his hamstring or quad, whatever it is, it's either sit out and not play at all, or
hey, Craig.
Play. Hey, Craig. Good to see you, brother.
I think that's Lance. I think that I don't
remember. What's up, Lance Shark?
Yeah, I don't know. It's going to be interesting when you look at the teams that are close to being in and stuff like that and everything, and where do you go? It's like I'm sure Miami loved the idea of going ahead and beating Buffalo. I bet you there's a bunch of Miami Dolphin fans that are going, really? Like like just like us as Jets fans. Really,
Yeah.
really, you had to go ahead and win that freaking game.
I want to say they are favored by 4.5 points over us next Sunday.
Yeah, they are. But I mean that's the thing that it's like you're at that point right now. It's amazing. It's even like when you look at certain team stuff like Denver. You see the way they looked, and then you see the way 1 week they score 30 something points in the fourth quarter against the Giants, and the next week you're going, who is that?
And that's like a lot of the teams, like you said, it's been like you'll have one good week, the next week you're losing. When you have a week, it's like there hasn't been a steady team. I mean, now the Colts were there for a couple weeks, but I mean, for the most part, it's been just a wave for all the teams.
Yeah,
except for us.
I mean, look at the Panthers, right? I mean, they go ahead and they go up, they go to Green Bay and they beat the Packers. And then they go home and they lose to the friggin' Saints.
Mm-hmm. That's crazy.
So I mean, it's unpredictable. It's the middle of the season. Look, I think for the most part, teams are trying to see where they are after Thanksgiving. And the funny thing is like you can't make a push. It's not like there's any more trades or stuff that can be made and all those types of things.
What's up, Swamp Picker?
Hey, brother, good to see you, man. Appreciate you being here.
You know what I'm saying? Like from that standpoint, right? It's like teams really can't even kind of see where they are and try and make a move. You can't make any moves.
Yeah, I mean, I know we picked up somebody to cover Deron Payne since he's out for a game, but other than that, you're not going to see anything big.
You can. You're talking about the waiver wire or practice squads.
Yeah, because deadlines pass, so you're basically SOL on making any big splash.
Yeah. And that's why, you look at certain teams and you wonder, why did you not do this? Why did you do this? And so on and so forth and everything. Why didn't the Chiefs try and get a running back? Like when you look at it, I would hate to see Breece Hall go. I think I'm hoping that the Jets extend him. But if you're the Chiefs and you think you need a running back, why wouldn't you at least offer a third rounder for the guy?
Right.
For sure.
You know what I'm saying? Like I'm not saying that it puts them over the edge, but if that's what you think part of your issue is, what happens? And that's like the other thing with running backs. That's the amazing thing, right? Like all of a sudden these guys just happen to not necessarily fall off a cliff, but they definitely start rolling down the hill. It's like Pachenko all of a sudden. Look at him and it's like, well, what happened? What happened in the offseason for you to go from where you were last year to where you are this year?
Mm-hmm. That's a big gripe of mine is you see like my team, how good we did last year, and then we basically dismantle the whole defense. It's like, why not try to keep some of them guys? I mean, I know you want picks and stuff, but you're going after veterans that are, in their mid-30s to play defense. It's like, keep the guys you had. You see how well they were. Maybe make a couple small moves, but not get rid of basically your whole defense and bring in guys who can't do shit.
But that's the salary cap. That's that this is the downfall of a salary cap, right? When you take certain things like that, you take the the Bengals with what they've done between Joe Burrow, T. Higgins, and Jamar Chase.
Yeah.
They have no choice but to go ahead and wait until guys get cut in practice to try and bring in, to see if they might be able to upgrade because they have no money to spend.
Right.
And it's going to be crazy. It's like even people were talking about, I don't know. I think it's going into the 2027 season. If things go the way they're supposed to go without the Jets making any kind of crazy moves, there's talk that they'll have $200 million to spend.
Wow.
In the free agent market.
They're going to go on a shopping spree.
Well, yeah, but you better friggin' win then, because as soon as you don't, and your quarterback, and you get your quarterback, and now you have a third-year quarterback, you only have him for 2 more years, and then he's like, "Hey, I wanna get paid." Oh, crap. You get a good quarterback, and all of a sudden, that's where your money goes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely.
It's not like, baseball where a lot of these guys, they'll take a long-term deal and get that security and not have to worry about it. Football players, they have to do what they gotta do, so they take that money and thank you very much, let's move on.
Mm-hmm.
And you can't blame them though, right? But that's one of the side effects of a cap. Good players have to be traded or cut. And if
Very
you
true.
trade them, you ain't getting much back.
Yeah.
Yeah, at least now they have the compensatory picks. So even if you like lose guys and get nothing, sometimes you can get something depending on how they perform. It looked like the Steelers are going to look pretty good on that, but then Russ gets benched and Fields is like playing like crap. Najee, gets injured. So like most of the players that we would actually get something from like all underperform. So instead of getting like mid to high round picks, we all have like picks now.
Yeah. But I mean, that is the situation with the league. That's the way the league is. That's why there's, in reality, when you look at it, I don't understand why teams don't like. To me, if I'm an owner and I'm looking at what is going on after my players, my coaches, and my GM, I'm putting together the best scouting department that I can, and I'm going to pay them when I need to go ahead and pay them, especially because that doesn't go towards the cap money.
Mm.
Because I need you to find that guy who's playing in a D2 school. I need you to find that offensive lineman, who might not be doing well at, one of the D1 schools, but you see what he can do and stuff, and have, scouting departments that can really get the job done.
Sure.
You know?
How did we end up doing last week? Who was the big winner out of the three of us?
Not me.
ChatGPT was the big winner. ChatGPT went 11-3. I think Sean might have gone 10-4. I'm not 100% sure. I think so.
7-7 right here, baby.
John and you and Anthony both went 7-7. I went 9-5.
It's a rough week for us, John.
So John is 81-67. I'm 91-57. And Anthony is 95-53.
We still have a chance, Mike. We still have a chance.
Yeah, hey, yeah.
You're whipping right at my heels.
That's it. I'm the boogeyman, and I'm coming to get you.
I have to try to pick better this week, man. Jeez.
It's gonna be a tough week. There are some interesting games this week.
Yeah, definitely. We have a pretty interesting matchup here versus ChatGPT as well.
Yeah, the Eagles, huh?
Yeah, looking forward to seeing who they picked here. From what I saw earlier, it wasn't like the most impressive list of players, so leads me to believe we might have a chance. Let's see. ChatGPT has drafted at their quarterback position Donovan McNabb. At running back, they're going with Shady McCoy. Wide receiver, they're going Harold Carmichael. Tight end, they're going Zach Ertz. Offensive line, Jason Peters. Kicker, they're going David Akers. Defensive end, they're going Reggie White. Defensive tackle, they're going Fletcher Cox. For some reason, I was thinking he was a linebacker, but whatever. Outside linebacker, they're going Chuck Bednart. Then they're going Bill Berge at inside linebacker, Eric Allen at corner, and Brian Dawkins at safety. My initial thought in seeing this team is it's beatable. And I right off the bat know several players I think we could probably add to the list that would help us win. What do you guys think?
I think we can.
Yeah. I think we definitely have a shot.
I mean,
we need a quarterback that's going to be able to withstand this team. I mean, honestly, I know we kind of talked a little bit down on him earlier, but personally, I would probably go with one of the two Super Bowl winning quarterbacks for them, which would be either Jalen Hurts or Nick Foles. I think Hurts is a better player, and he's more mobile.
Yeah, he is. I mean, yeah, they had Michael Vick for a little bit too, but I think Hurts is a better one.
Yeah.
And they also
the other guy I would think about would be potentially Randall Cunningham.
That's true too. Yeah, think about that. Yeah, I forgot about him.
Yeah, Cunningham would be really good as well
because he gives you the running ability, and I think he's probably a better passer than Hurts.
You guys want to go Cunningham then?
Yeah, let's do him. I mean, we could have went old school with Jaworski, but you know.
Ooh, yeah, Ron Jaworski.
He's not a running quarterback, but he did have a hell of an arm.
So then running back, I would probably go modern day here and just Saquon Barkley.
Yeah. I mean, it makes sense.
I mean, it'd be like a stud running back. It'd be pretty hard for him to compete with that.
I mean, I don't know any other all-time Eagles running back. What did they stay? Was Westbrook any better? Or Ricky Waters?
Waters was pretty good too. I don't know if he's better than Barkley though. Wide receiver is fairly simple to me. I would basically say Terrell Owens.
Crap, I forgot about him. Wow. Yeah.
What about Deshaun Jackson, though?
I mean, he's pretty good, too. I don't know if he's like Terrell Owens good, though.
They also had Mike Quick. He would have been there like with Carmichael, I think, in the day. I mean, Irving Fryer, but he wasn't there long enough. Chris Carter. It's either Deshaun or what's his name? Owens.
I mean, you want to lengthen the field with Deshaun Jackson because that's what you're getting there.
Yeah.
T.O. was more of your, bigger, go across the middle type wide receiver.
I'm trying to look up to see like.
A tough one.
Yeah, Deshaun has more speed.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Deshaun would be the guy, stretch the field. I think T.O. is more the guy that's going to be able to go, over the middle of the field and make those catches.
Because they don't really have one right now. I mean, that would, yeah, a couple of them, but not anything that really.
Yeah, I think Deshaun or Owens. I mean, they're the top two. I mean, I can see Deshaun Jackson from a standpoint of I think he was an Eagle, maybe a little bit longer than T.O. was.
I'll give you Deshaun as.
I mean, Deshaun is the third on their list of receiving yards of 6,512. Pete Retzlaff is number 2 behind Carmichael.
So we need a tight end.
Tight ends, huh?
So currently they have Dallas Goedert as their tight end, who's probably not as good as Zach Ertz. They've had Brent Selleck in the past, who's been decent. Probably still not as good as Zach Ertz, though.
I'm looking here.
Heck,
Mark
Keith
Bavaro,
Jackson.
Bavaro played for them, I guess. I don't know when, but Keith Jackson, Chad Lewis. I'm not seeing like any names that are really.
I don't know. The current one doesn't seem like a bad choice, though.
No, not from what I'm looking at here. Goddard's like the number 3 guy behind somebody named Selleck.
Yeah.
Selleck wasn't bad either.
Outside.
He's not as good as Ertz, though. Offensive line, I would probably just go Jason Kelsey.
I think that's probably going to be who they're going to say to go with here.
Yeah, I would think so.
Yeah, let's go with him. And we need kicker.
Who's their current kicker? Isn't it
You know,
Jake Elliott?
Current guy, Jake Elliott.
I'd be good with Elliott. I mean, Akers is probably their best of all time. Elliott's their best in a while.
Yeah, he is listed as that. Let's see.
They did have Tony Franklin. Franklin actually only played 4 years. Jake Elliott right now, I mean, he's actually behind some other guy who played in the 50s and 60s. Jake Elliott's really the next guy behind David Akers. So I would think, yeah, that's the way to go there. And defensive ends, holy cow.
Brandon Graham's been one of the good ones they've had recently. He just retired, I think.
Defensive ends?
Yeah.
Let's see here. Yeah, Brandon Graham. Clyde Simmons. Another decent one.
Graham was on both their Super Bowl teams.
Yeah. I think this is where we're going to get hurt the most.
I don't see anybody beat him.
Because I don't think any of these guys, any of our, I don't just see any of their, really, defensive linemen being, oh my gosh, type guys. But I think if you go Graham there, you probably got to go with Jerome Brown as your tackle.
That's a good one. I was going to suggest either him or Jalen Carter, the new guy they have.
They are looking it up. The best defensive tackle for the Eagles is Brian Dawkins.
Brian Dawkins is a safety.
Yeah.
In here, they list him as a
which is what I thought was weird. ChatGPT said Fletcher Cox was a defensive tackle. I'm pretty sure he was a middle linebacker.
What about Jeremiah?
Are you thinking the other Cox?
Maybe I was thinking Brian Cox. I don't know.
Yeah, I think it was Brian Cox was
he the middle linebacker? Okay.
What about Jeremiah Trotter?
He'd be good. He'd linebacker, right?
Because it says top Eagle tacklers. So what? Dawkins, Trent Cole, Trotter, Malcolm Jenkins, and Chuck Bednarik.
Oh, you're looking at tackler, like guys who've had the most tackles. Defensive tackle would be more of like the Brown or like Carter.
Okay, here we go. Defensive tackles. Jerome Brown wouldn't be bad.
Yeah, Jerome Brown. I'm surprised they didn't take Jerome Brown. It's probably because they took Fletcher Cox out of position.
Everything you look at, Fletcher Cox doesn't come up as linebacker when you search.
Oh, is he a defensive tackle?
He's a defensive tackle, yeah.
Brian Cox was the linebacker.
I must be thinking of Brian Cox. Outside linebackers.
I
don't know where. I mean,
all times.
I don't know where. I don't know how they fit, but if we can
Oh yeah, Trotter would be a good one, like you
we can
mentioned.
get Trotter, and if we could get Seth Joyner, I think that would be two good linebackers. I just don't know if they are both considered outside or both considered inside.
Brandon Graham and Trent Cole are two that they list for that position.
Yeah, that's the defensive tackle position, or I mean defensive position. I mean,
This says the best Eagles outside linebackers of all time include Reggie White, Brandon Graham, and Trent Cole. I don't know how they figure that out, but
Yeah, I mean Reggie was a the end.
yeah.
so was you said Trotter and who else, Michael?
Seth
You
Joyner, but I
Yeah,
think
there you go. Yeah.
but isn't Joyner more an inside guy?
I'm not sure. We could probably take them both
Well, go ahead.
because it doesn't really specify, at least from what I'm looking at, who played which.
Number
Screw
one
all.
is Seth Joyner, according to one list. They had some good ones.
Seth freaking Joyner.
Linebackers, huh? Just regular linebackers.
Okay, so cornerbacks.
There you go.
Who did they have back whenever McNabb was there? They had like really good corners, didn't they? They had like an awesome secondary. They had not did the Asamoah or whatever his name was.
Eric Allen was one of them.
I think
how about the guy who's the like president of the or whatever, Troy Vincent?
Oh yeah, he would be a good one.
Herm Edwards.
Yeah.
You play to win the game.
I
mean, when you look at rankings, Troy is a tick above Herm.
Yeah.
But I don't know if it is,
I think Troy Vincent might be the guy I was actually thinking of because he was during the McNabb era, right?
Signed him in '96, so yeah, it would be.
Yeah.
He's number two. Eric Allen's one. Herm Edwards three. Lito Shepard.
I remember Lito Shepard. Oh, they had a Asante Samuel Sr.
Yeah, they also had Darius Slay.
That's right. Slay is
Troy Vincent's our best bet, and then safeties.
Malcolm Jenkins.
Yeah, Jenkins would be a good one.
Malcolm Jenkins, yeah. Brian Dawkins, Bill Bradley, Wes Hopkins, Ray Ellis.
Really wish they didn't take Brian Dawkins. He's by far their best safety of all time.
I mean, Bill Bradley's not terrible. He's later in his years. I think Malcolm Jenkins is the best one there.
Bill Bradley became the first player in NFL history to lead the league in interceptions in consecutive seasons. He notched a mind-blowing 11 picks in 1971 before snagging 9 more in 1972.
Do you want him or Jenkins?
I'll take Jenkins.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. What is your prediction, guys?
We win by 6.
I think we lose because I just don't. I mean, I don't know, man. I just don't have confidence in the defense.
I think we're going to lose by 3 points, and the main reason is I think that Jalen Hurts would have been a better quarterback, and T.O. might have been a better receiver. But
we could go ahead and run it like
this. I want to run with
that.
what we have just to see, but I have like that feeling like, like if we would have just tweaked here or there, we might have won. But I don't know. You know what I mean? We might have enough to squeak it out, I hope. But I don't know. We shall see. ChatGPT. and we will find out.
We play at the old Vet. I love that stadium. That was one stadium I did like in Philly.
Well, it will be interesting to see what happens at Randall, though, because he was somebody that I loved watching as a kid. So
Yeah.
I'm excited to see what good old ChatGPT has to say about Randall Cunningham. I was actually a big fan of Deshaun Jackson as well.
I didn't like his attitude.
He has a podcast now. Did you guys know that?
No, I did not.
I just saw a short of him the other day. So all-time Eaton Showdown.
The link. Yuck.
You'd be surprised who the hell has podcasts now. Some of the craziest ones out there, dude.
Yep. Got
First corner. There we go. Son of a.
So ChatGPT starts with the ball. McNabb orchestrates a smooth eight-play drive featuring quick slants to Carmichael and Ertz. LaShawn McCoy dazzles on a 17-yard cutback behind Peters. On 3rd and goal, McNabb rolls right, hits Ertz for a 4-yard touchdown. 8 plays, 68 yards, 4 minutes and 21 seconds. ChatGPT.
I gotta say something here. I don't think we've ever had the ball first. We have a problem with picking the flip. That's all I want to say.
Yeah, we suck at picking the coin flip.
We should have all-time coin toss winners. That should be something. That should be a topic.
I'm about to eat my words after this first drive. It looks like Cunningham scrambles for 22. Saquon breaks 2 tackles for 19 more. Play action bomb. Cunningham hits Deshaun Jackson, streaking past Eric Allen. 53-yard touchdown. Second quarter, McNabb leaves another efficient drive, mixing passes and runs. McCoy, 34 yards on 4 carries. Carmichael converts a crucial 3rd and 9. Akers drills a 45-yard field goal, 10-7. Cunningham struggles on the next 2 drives. Reggie White sacks him for a 9-yard loss. Fletcher Cox tips a pass, and Bednarik intercepts. McNabb capitalizes play action Ertz over the middle for 18. Shady finishes with a 12-yard touchdown run, 17-7. But before halftime, Dowden rallies. Trotter and Joyner shuts down McCoy. Barkley slices through the defense on a draw for 27. Elliott nails a 52-yarder before half. So 17-10 at halftime. Third quarter, Dowden adjusts. Cunningham in hurry-up mode. He and Goddard connect twice for 25. 2nd and goal, Barkley leaps over the pile for a 2-yard touchdown to tie the game. McNabb responds. Carmichael high points a 24-yard catch over Troy Vincent. Jason Peters mauls Brandon Graham on a key 3rd down. McNabb rolls out, fires to Ertz on an 18-yard score. 24-17. Fourth quarter, Dowden defense tightens. Jenkins blitzes, forces McNabb fumble, covered by Trotter. Cunningham hits Jackson on a crosser for 41. Dallas Goddard boxes out Berge for a 6-yard touchdown, 24-24. Final 5 minutes, game tied. Reggie White takes over, sacking Cunningham twice. McNabb drives into field goal range. McCoy for 7, Ertz for 9, timeout, 7 seconds left. Akers 47, kick is good. We lose by 3.
Imagine
that. Final stats: McNabb has 243, 2 touchdowns. Shady has 94 yards, a touchdown, 3 receptions for 26 yards. Carmichael 6 for 82. Ertz had 7 for 74, 2 touches, 2 field goals for Akers, 2.5 sacks for Reggie White. Interception for Bednarik. Cox had a sack. Dawkins had 7 tackles. Our team, Cunningham had 258, 2 touchdowns, 1 interception, 6 carries, 47 yards. Barkley had 88 yards, 1 touchdown, 3 receptions, 22 yards. Deshaun had 5 receptions for 126 and a touchdown. Goddard 5 for 49 and a touchdown. 1 field goal, 3 extra points by Elliott, 8 tackles by Trotter, 1 forced fumble. Joyner had 6 tackles. Jenkins 1 sack, 1 forced fumble. Graham 1 sack. Key differences was McNabb's efficiency, Ertz's red zone dominance and they overcame our explosive plays. Reggie White was unblockable. Cunningham and Jackson narrowly stole it, but Bednarik's interception and Akers' clutch kick decided it. So, yeah, maybe I was wrong about Cunningham and Jackson, but just in true fashion, would
Gotta check it out.
Would you like me to create a visual game summary graphic? That'd be
A visual game, that'd be interesting.
Well, it says I got it says visual game summary graphic.
Scoreboard, player stats, MVP, and team logos. I'll have to try that one time and see how it goes. Did you want to change out T.O. and
Yeah, I was going to see if just Jalen would do it first, and then if not, then I was going to see if Jalen and Theo would do it. Did you want me to do the visual thing?
You don't have to this time.
Yeah. Okay. No, that's not what I was going to paste. Dang you, ChatGPT.
What happened?
I tried copying and pasting a question, and it still had the other stuff in the clipboard. Okay. I asked if Jalen Hurts would make a difference in place of Cunningham.
Excellent question. Eagles fan would argue all day long.
No, you still get your ass beat.
Okay, mini simulation. I don't care about the simulation. Just give me the score. Who wins? Final score. We would have won with Hurts. We would have won by 3 points with Hurts. So updated stats. Hurts would have had. He had 231 yards, 1 touchdown. He had 9 carries, 56 yards, another touchdown. Barkley still had round about the same. Jackson had a little less. I mean, everybody did a little bit less, but somehow Hurts won. Maybe we chewed up more of a.
You also had Elliott made 2 field goals too.
Okay, here's the takeaway. Hurts' composure and ball security changed everything. Where Cunningham's turnover and sacks hurt momentum, Hurts' structured drives kept Reggie White's impact limited. Run-pass option balance between Hurts and Barkley drained the clock and protected the defense. Leadership edge. Hurts' efficiency under pressure produced the late field goal that Cunningham couldn't sustain. So, yes, it made a difference.
Very interesting, because if I was selecting one of those guys, I don't know how many times I would take Hurts over Cunningham in real life.
We got to do one more.
Okay. I can reshare it.
I'm just really curious if we put Jaworski in, if that would have won it for us or not.
I think we get destroyed. Although I don't know. I don't think we haven't really had any of these where we've
This hasn't been a blowout.
I don't think we've had any big blowouts, have we? I just don't think Ron Jaworski is going to be able to move around enough with that defense.
Okay. Would Ron Jaworski have won the game instead of Hurts? Let's see. Okay, we don't care about none of that.
We got Norm Van Brocklin.
Man, it's coming right down.
Jurgensen.
ChatGPT would have won by 3. So basically the same result as original with Jaworski.
I don't understand that. Jaworski had more yards though. He had 300 yards.
Yeah, he had the most passing yards. That
wow.
is true.
Interesting. Interesting scenarios.
So let's get into this week, boys, shall we?
Let's do it.
Taking yet another L.
All right.
Thursday. Who we got?
Thursday on Amazon Prime. Everybody gets to go ahead and watch an unbelievable game as the New York Jets travel to Massachusetts play the Patriots.
You actually mentioned their name.
I don't understand why I'm doing this, but I am picking the Patriots, even though I think that somehow the Jets are going to end up winning this game. I don't know how, but somehow.
This is one team that I cannot go ahead and pick over the New York Jets, so I'm gonna go with the New York Jets. They win 3 games in a row. It'll be nothing short of a miracle, but we'll see what happens.
Yeah, unfortunately, I'm going with the Patriots. I think Drake May is going to torch them boys.
ChatGPT selected the Patriots. And then we go into Madrid, going to Spain, España. As the Washington Commanders go up against the Miami Dolphins. Even though it's a home game for Miami, it's not really a home game for Miami. They're not able to take advantage of any kind of heat, I would think, although I don't know what the weather is like in Madrid at this time of year. ChatGPT has selected the Miami Dolphins.
It's a tough one because both of these teams I could see losing. But then again, I could see both of these teams squeaking out a win. Unfortunately, I'm going to agree with ChatGPT and pick the Dolphins only because Jaden Daniels is not playing.
Yeah, I'm going to do the same. I don't know why. I think Miami, they're coming off of the Buffalo game. They played pretty well there. I don't. Maybe Buffalo is a farce and isn't what we thought they were. But I'm going to go ahead and take them too. I mean, I just haven't seen enough out of the Commanders to warrant them with a backup quarterback and backup running backs. Probably only one wide receiver in Debo. And they'll have Ertz and everything. I'm gonna take Miami also.
You know who I'm taking. With Dan Quinn taking over the defensive calls, it should be interesting to see how he does it. So I'm going to take them for the win by 3.
Carolina Panthers get on the bus, drive down I-85, coming into Georgia to go ahead and play the Atlanta Falcons. The ChatGPT has selected the Carolina Panthers.
I am going to side with them as well. I'm going
Yeah,
Panthers.
This one's interesting because both of these teams get hot at random times. I'm going to actually go with Atlanta, but I could very well see the Panthers winning.
I'm going with the Panthers. I think the Falcons are a mess right now. They've lost, I think 3 or 4 in a row. Penix, I think he's having that sophomore slump. It's starting to kick in a little bit. And, they do have the bet. Look, they do have Drake London. They do have Bijan Robinson and everything. I just think, between the 2 quarterbacks, neither one of them is like, oh my gosh, but I think right now, actually Carolina might be playing with the Red Rifleman again, or whatever the hell he's called, right?
Yeah.
I don't think Bryce is healthy enough, but I'm gonna go with Carolina. The Chicago Bears travel north to face the Minnesota Vikings. ChatGPT has selected the Minnesota Vikings. And because they're at home, I think Chicago's playing pretty decent, but because they're at home, I'm going to take the Vikings.
This is a tough one. I personally think that either one of these teams could come out winning. I'm going to pick the Bears just on a hunch, but I could very well see the Vikings beating them.
And I am going along with ChatGPT and taking the Vikings in this one. It's going to be close, though.
I think so. There's another interesting one. Cincinnati Bengals travel across the border over to Pennsylvania, to Steel City, where 3 rivers come together. Pittsburgh against the Steelers. ChatGPT selects the Cincinnati. They select Joe Burrow and the Cincinnati Bengals.
Is Burrow playing?
I'm not Burrow, Joe Flacco, the other Joe.
I was going to say.
Burrow, Flacco, they're so close. Stop.
Well, you know who I'm going to pick? I'm going to pick the Pittsburgh Steelers and their best offensive weapon. This guy.
Chris Boswell, as Pittsburgh wins 18-14 as Boswell kicked 6 field goals.
Correct.
I'm going to take Pittsburgh also. I think defense is coming along a little bit. And I think they could do enough, and I think Pittsburgh being at home. So I'm going to go with the Steelers.
Even though you picked against my team there, Anthony, I am going to pick your team with a 1-point victory.
All righty. And then the Green Bay Packers. They travel to New Jersey to face the New York Giants, who will have a new head coach as Brian Daboll has been fired. The offense coordinator, I don't know his name, has been named the head coach. The Green Bay Packers are the team that ChatGPT has chosen to win this football game. And I'm going to agree with ChatGPT and take the Pack.
So especially with Dart is not available to go because he is questionable.
It's true.
So I'm taking the Packers. And plus, they're going to want to avenge that loss from Monday night.
Plus, that would be Russell Wilson.
Yeah. If anyone knows what Russell Wilson's going to look like with Micah Parsons chasing him down, it's this guy. Because I saw that all year last year, or at least half the year. So, yeah, I definitely think the Packers are going to go in there. They're going to beat them. If Dart was there, they definitely have a legitimate chance. But even with Dart there, they don't have all of his weapons. So I'd still.
If he had all his weapons and the running back, I'd go Giants, but he doesn't.
Yep.
Still
the Houston Texans, they play the franchise formerly known as the Houston Oilers. They play the Tennessee Titans in Tennessee. ChatGPT, good thing Sean's not here, has selected the Tennessee Titans. I don't understand that. Is CJ Stroud not playing? I mean, I how? I don't understand. I just don't understand that.
Yeah, I got the Texans in this one.
Yeah, I would go Texans as well.
Yeah, I
haven't done very much this year, so shout out to Sean. We're clean sweeping the Texans this week.
That's right.
I mean, I just don't like. I mean, I don't understand how. Not saying, look, not that the Texans are. Oh my gosh, they're 4-5, but they're going against probably that. They're going against arguably the worst football team in the league. ChatGPT, what are you doing? Who knows? That means they'll be right. The Los Angeles Chargers. They travel across all the way to Jacksonville to play the Jaguars. ChatGPT has selected the Chargers. It was announced today that Travis Hunter, he will be out the rest of the year. So I mean, but he was out anyway, so it's not like that would matter. Johnny?
I'm going Chargers.
Yeah, I'm with John on that. Chargers are just a good team. Justin Herbert's an elite quarterback. They don't have much of a protection for him, but I don't think that Jacksonville is going to be able to stop all of the weapons that he has. Those receivers are they're a lot to play with, and especially without them having Hunter, Chargers are going to roll in this one.
Yeah, I agree. Keenan Allen became the all-time reception leader for the Chargers when they played on Sunday night. And it's amazing. I think, when you look at, what they did, they've lost their two top offensive linemen, the Chargers. But I still,
Yeah.
to your point, I think, I, I mean, Jacksonville has a couple of, they're at the events. They have, Walker, who they drafted 1 overall, who's out there.
Mhm.
Don't they have, I think, the other, what's his name? Crap, I forgot what his name was. He had this, so they have another, oh, what's the guy's name? Allen.
Yeah,
But he,
Josh Allen, the other Josh Allen.
but yeah, man, he added the other name. He added the hyphen, whatever his name is.
Yeah.
So, but I'm still gonna stick with the Chargers because I think the Chargers have enough, with their weapons.
Yeah, and going back to that Texans game, CJ Stroud is questionable. He's got to pass concussion protocol in order to play.
Yeah.
I still think Texan beats him.
Yep. No, this is a big game here. This is in my opinion, this is a huge game. Tampa Bay Buccaneers are gonna leave the warmth of Tampa, Florida. They're gonna head north. They're gonna shuffle off to Buffalo to play Bills. ChatGPT has selected the Bills. I don't know what the weather's gonna be like. I'm guessing it might be cold in Buffalo come 4 days from now, 5 days from now. But this is a big game for both teams.
Mhm.
This is very, very big. I mean, Buffalo needs this one really, really bad. Tampa, even if they lose, and Carolina were to win, they still have a game over them. But especially with New England playing the Jets, Buffalo's already 2 games back of them. If they were to lose and New England were to win, I don't know. I think Sean McDermott may be looking for a new job. I think so. But ChatGPT has selected the Bills. With all that being said, I'm going to have confidence in the Buffalo Bills that they're going to go ahead and get it done.
Yeah, I'm with you. I think the Bills are going to come out. They have something to prove, especially after that really bad loss to Miami. I think they're going to come out firing. And if it is cold, if the weather is bad, I think that just means James Cook is going to eat. He's going to get a ton of carries and a ton of yards.
I'm going the other way. I'm going with the Bucs to upset the Bills in this one.
Why do you say that?
Seeing how the Bills have played the past couple of weeks, there's been nothing there to show me that they're this just like the Eagles juggernaut. They're not.
I agree. San Francisco 49ers, they, take a little short trip. They go to Phoenix, Arizona to play the Arizona Cardinals. ChatGPT has selected the San Francisco 49ers. I am going to agree with them. I also think it's going to be interesting. I think we have a quarterback controversy starting in San Francisco.
Mm-hmm. Yep. I can certainly see that, which honestly is a good thing because that just means that one of these guys is going to get an opportunity to go somewhere else and start next year, probably. So, yeah, I pick San Francisco regardless. I think that it doesn't matter which quarterback they go with. I think they just have a better team. They're very well coached. And I'm going to say that they're going to go in on Sunday and get it done.
I'm going with the Niners as well.
All righty. Another big game. This game basically, the winner of this game will take over first place in the NFC West as the Seattle Seahawks travel south to Los Angeles to play the Rams. ChatGPT has selected the Rams.
I'm going to disagree there. I'm going to go. Darnold's been just too looking too good. I'm going Seahawks on that one.
That's a tough one because Stafford's looking like an MVP candidate as well. So that could really go either way. But yeah, I mean, the Seahawks are looking just incredible this year. Darnold,
I think he has, I think Darnold has more weapons than Stafford does right now. Not taking anything away from Stafford because he is a good quarterback. I just don't think they have it to beat the Seahawks.
Yeah, I'm with you. I think the Seahawks are going to win.
I'm taking the Rams. I think their defense. I think Stafford, the way he's playing, running backs are playing well. All the wide receivers are doing well with Puka and was it Ladd?
The Ladd plays for the other LA team.
Ladd plays for the Chargers? Oh, yeah, he does. Right,
yeah, they have Puka and Devontae Adams.
Adams, that's right. Adams is questionable, but I want to take the Rams. I think being at home, that is truly their home. It's not like the Chargers who don't go ahead and get any love at when they're in LA. I like the way Rams defense is playing. I'm going to go with them. The Baltimore Ravens travel to Ohio, play the Doo-Doo Browns.
That they do. Unfortunately,
ChatGPT has selected the Ravens.
Yeah, the Ravens are going to slaughter the Browns this weekend. I wish I could pick the Browns right here because
you can. Nothing
I would love to, but the Ravens are going to beat them. I
have to agree there. Ravens.
Yeah, I agree. I don't see this being much of a game.
Browns are a mess. They need to just throw in Shador, see what he is.
What?
Gabriel is not it.
You never know.
Well, I think didn't Shador have some kind of injury? Didn't he have one of those soft tissue injuries? At the same time, I thought he might have been hurt. That's why he was ruled out, but I don't know. Another game that has, season implicate whatever the heck that word is.
Implication.
Yeah, that one. Hello, Chuck. How you doing, buddy?
What's up, Chuck?
Chuck.
Another one that definitely will make a big difference here. Kansas City Chiefs coming off the bye week, travel to Denver to play the Broncos.
Yep, big divisional match.
I'm going with the Chiefs. I don't like what I see out of I don't like what I've seen out of Bo Nix the last couple of weeks. Not saying that he he doesn't have the potential to be a good quarterback. I just think you look at him kind of like a Michael Penix. I think you're looking at a second-year quarterback. Team's getting a little more film on him. So I'm going to take. ChatGPT took the Chiefs. I'm going to take the Chiefs to go into Denver and come away with the win.
I don't like the Chiefs. I'm picking the Broncos.
Well, okay, fine. Be that way.
The only reason I'm picking the Broncos, I just do not like the Chiefs.
I'm going to probably go with the Chiefs as well because if they don't start to put together some wins, they're not going to make the playoffs just because of where they're at currently. So they have to actually start putting some wins together if they're going to make the playoffs, and I think they'll end up making the playoffs. So I think this is going to be a tough divisional win they have to pull off.
Yeah. And Mikey Shamar Sanders is limited practice with a back injury.
Mm.
How he got that, I'll never know. It's not like he played.
All right.
Bench
there
you go, Chuck. I agree.
So Sunday night game. Sunday. The Detroit Lions, they come out of the dome. They travel to the city of brotherly love, play the Philadelphia Eagles on Sunday night football in America.
Hopefully they do better than we did against the Eagles.
The Philadelphia Eagles are the team selected by ChatGPT.
They're also the team selected by me.
You're taking the Eagles?
Yeah, I don't know what it is. I still believe in the Eagles, no matter how much they underperform, no matter how much of a mess they look like. I believe in Jalen Hurts. I think that he's a good quarterback, and I think that they're going to win. I don't know why. I think that they have enough to get it done. Chuck
I'm going to take the Lions. I think maybe Chuck goes Detroit. I just think overall right now, as playing as a team, I just think the Lions are playing better, as even though Philadelphia has the better record, I just think the Lions are playing better as a team. I think Philadelphia has gotten, I mean, I don't want to say lucky, but I think they were fortunate on, that a good team like Green Bay played like crap because they only scored 10 points.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And if they don't block a field goal attempt, it could be a tie game, and who knows what happens. So I'm going to take Detroit.
I'm taking Detroit as well. I agree with you, Mike. I think they're just a better cohesive unit than Philly is.
And then we finish the week with the Dallas Cowboys traveling to Las Vegas to play the Raiders. Fuck the Packers. ChatGPT has selected Dallas Cowboys.
Yeah, I'm going to go Jerry's team as well. I just think they have too many weapons, and the Raiders are just not a good team.
I think the Cowboys also. I think that tragedy that happened with that team, with that young player, I think that might have affected them, a little bit last week. I just think, I mean, I think hopefully that, they were off last week, so it might help them. But I think coming off that, I think that might go ahead and help them. So I'm going to take the Cowboys.
I'm going for the upset of the week, the Raiders.
That will be the upset. That will be one of the upsets of the week.
Last minute field goal.
ChatGPT has selected Dallas also.
Of course they did.
There you have it, folks. Bye week teams this week were the Indianapolis Colts and the New Orleans Saints.
Nice. So team up top and team in the basement.
Yeah, so I think we're getting close to where we actually have 4 teams on a bye in week 12.
Yeah, we're on a bye next week. I know that.
So it looks like week 13 week 13, that's with Thanksgiving and everything. So that's where we have games Thursday, Friday, Sunday, Monday.
Isn't there one on Saturday, or is that in December?
I think they start week 4.
We're off. When do we come back?
Actually, they don't start Saturday until week 17.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah. And like those, they don't know. They're like no start times on some of those games yet and everything. Now I think I think you'll see them start to maybe use some of those flex games like they have. We'll put this team here and so on and so forth. From that standpoint, but we will see. We will see. We will see. We will see.
You guys have anything coming up on your channels that you want to talk about?
Tomorrow night, Collecting Profit, episode number 150.
Nice.
Well, 150. The other thing we have a charity event going on that'll happen this coming weekend. For Saturday. It'll be on Mike Rippin' for Rookies channel. We had one of the card members, whose father was really sick, medical bills picked up and everything. So thank you, Chuck. So they're doing a big, combination. They're doing a break. You can um, buy tickets or not tickets. Buy, what do you call them, John? Spaces on a wheel, spots on a wheel.
Yeah. The break will actually be this Thursday
That's
night,
right.
and then as we community help, I don't know what you want to call it, but donation, and you'll get like a spot on the wheel, and there's over 100 prizes we're giving away from last I heard from Mike. There's autographed photographs, there's autographed jerseys. I mean, there's just a ton of stuff.
So there's other types of, it's not just all cards, saying there's jerseys, there's there's all there's all kinds of things that are going to be given away. And I think spots on the wheel, what is it, like $5 or 5 for 20 or something like that? I forgot.
Yeah.
So spots are $5. Then what'll happen is I'm not sure how it works if you're not there and you win. I think they go ahead and maybe you put everything on a wheel and spin the wheel.
Basically, if you're not there, all the prizes that are left go on a wheel, then they spin and you get one of those prizes that's left.
Yeah.
If you're not there. The break cost is $24. It's a holiday break, holiday baseball. It's $20 for a spot, $30 for 2 spots.
Yeah, so it's
like 8 mega boxes, and I think 3 of the tins, something like that. So
yeah, good. If you're unfamiliar, it's this product right here. Topps Holiday Mega Boxes, and they have the tins.
Nice.
So, anybody listening, if you're not doing anything, I think start at 12 o'clock?
Yeah, noon Eastern time.
Starts at noon Eastern. That'll be the raffle. They'll be selling spots on the wheels as you go along and stuff. And then, like you said, you donate the money. It's going to go to good cause. Like I said, it's going to be helping out a guy from the hobby who's, again, father was sick, got a lot of hospital bills, and just trying to help him out a little bit.
Yeah.
That's what's up, man.
Yeah.
That's cool. Well, before we sign off, I just want to encourage you guys, if you haven't already subscribed to Michael or to John, I will try to link both of their channels down below. Make sure you also subscribe to me over here at Pittsburgh so that way you don't miss any future episodes that come out. But yeah, we appreciate you guys being with us yet again. And until next week, God bless you guys.
Chuck, tell you happy birthday for us.
Happy birthday to you, doing,
Happy
Chuck.
birthday.
Happy Veterans Day again, everybody.